Lake Mungo came highly recommended to us. It got great reviews online.
Everywhere.
It's Australian, one of the things we love. Also found footage, which I love. And honestly, the plot sounded awesome.
Really good, yeah.
So we decided to watch it, and we're not really sure what we watched. So,
some questions.
Taking a look at those questions on this week's edition of Monstrous Miscalculations.
I want to warn everybody in advance, as with all of our Monstrous Miscalculations, this is going to be a spoiler-filled review, so if you haven't seen it yet, stop it right now and come on back. Alright, so you're with us still? That means you've seen the movie, so let's dive right in. Let's talk about the plot.
We were so into the plot when we read it.
Very cool reading of the plot.
Yes, so Alice is a teenager who drowned.
As divers located Alice's body at approximately 9:25 p.m.
And her family kind of goes through a lot of stages of grief as they're dealing with trauma and loss. Closure. But then they discover some mysterious things happening and learn about her secret double life and a mysterious past.
Yes.
And that is not what happens at all.
At all.
Not even close.
Nope.
Our biggest issue, the overarching concept of this movie that we did not like, was it went in too many different directions. There's too many ideas happening in this movie, so it effectively goes nowhere.
Yeah, nowhere at all. As a prime example, we just told you about that plot synopsis that we got that got us hooked, right?
Yeah,
okay, so
sold.
What is Alice's mysterious secret past? It's that she had consensual good sex with the babysitter.
Alice began babysitting for the Tuohys in 2002.
Well, she's the babysitter.
Well,
she has sex with her neighbors.
Sex with her neighbors.
On camera.
On camera. And
but it's not rape.
It's not rape. She enjoyed it. And if she's underage, whoop-de-doo. Okay?
But it's Australia, so I don't even know what the age laws are.
That's true. I don't even know what the age laws over there. But regardless, that's not a big, horrible, mysterious past.
That's it.
Yeah.
There is nothing else they discover. That's it.
She didn't, kill anybody or, rape anybody. I don't know. Let's just get crazy. Let's come up with something other than she fucked their neighbor.
Well, what I thought at this point the movie was going, that they were looking for these tapes that were hidden in her room,
right.
And there were going to be tapes of her sleeping with a lot of people,
that would be
or
something.
Sleeping with people for money, or
relatives. Yeah,
a continuation of this, and it was just the neighbors, and it went nowhere, and that was it.
And it actually really went nowhere because they did allude to that. I guess there was some kind of misconduct because remember the police were looking for the neighbors.
But because he snuck into their house.
I guess maybe that's what it was. But anyways, he just moved to the outback or something?
Oh, just, left?
Just, well, we can't catch him. What? That's Australian law? Again, absolute just mess. That went nowhere.
But that even ties into, so the whole kind of thing was, is this haunting real or fake?
Right,
and
okay,
literally,
so that's the question, yeah.
In the IMDb description, and even on Letterboxd, is that the family has all these mysterious, strange things
start happening
to them, which they don't.
They don't, no.
And the brother Matthew sets up a camera and he's actually faking the haunting. All he catches is the neighbor sneaking in to get those videotapes
accidentally
away from them. But then the haunting is really real because she's really a ghost. But I'm not sure.
No, I'm not sure about that either. No.
I think they imply that, but I don't.
No.
I don't know.
And part of the reason we don't know this is because the first, half of the movie is just actually them talking about trying to find her. And then the brother starts in on his, faking type thing. And
then we have to wait to find out that he's been faking it.
Yeah, right. And, so then it's revealed that he's faking it. And then we dig further, I guess, quote unquote, and we find this footage of her cell phone buried in the sand in a lake. Somehow they found that.
Yeah, they literally traveled to where she went on a school trip and just on first try find her cell phone buried at a lake.
Right.
What are the odds of that?
Right, yeah, and they are able to recover video footage, what are the odds of that, of, I guess, her meeting her future bloated self?
Maybe. Because that was terrible footage.
Terrible footage.
And how does she know that was herself dead from drowning? And where did she... Why would you assume it's you?
And who videotapes some creepy thing walking straight towards you and never stops? I mean, yeah, I'm mad.
But why is the future self visiting her? That happens at all.
No bearing on anything else that happens.
So
if it's even real again, we go back to that question.
You know what's real? The struggle is real.
The struggle, yeah.
That's my struggle with this movie. Because if they had gone, she is having sex with a lot of people, that could have been an entire movie. The brother setting up his family on a fake haunting could have been an entire movie.
Yeah.
The future visiting people, showing them how they die, could have been an entire movie. But we had to crowbar all those plot points into one movie, so you make a very odd movie that doesn't go anywhere.
Doesn't go anywhere, but does cram them all together in an ending, sort of.
Well, that's when you have to watch after the credits.
Yes,
one of those movies.
Yeah, well, actually, that's not. There is no those movies. You don't make a movie where the resolution is not at the end of the movie, but after the credits. I mean, plenty of movies have stuff after the credits. I'm not saying they don't, but generally it's a hook for the sequel, hook for the next movie, outtakes, bloopers, whatever. It's not critical plot elements.
And we didn't know.
No.
We watched this movie, turned it off, and said, God, that was so confusing.
That didn't make any sense.
We had to go online. We started reading reviews of it, and people...
Trying to figure out what did we miss.
But people were saying you have to watch for the pictures after the credits. We had to go back and turn the movie back on.
Yeah.
So it wasn't even very well done, because we just shut it off.
Like most people, like I'm saying, most people don't watch movies. It's just And on top of all of that, let's take all of that away. For me personally, I believe for you as well, the movie just wasn't scary.
No.
I mean,
it wasn't even tense. It wasn't sad. It wasn't...
You spend all this time just talking about what happened to her. You show these scenes, her having sex with the neighbor. The brother making the fake hauntings nullifies any scary elements to that because you know it's not.
But it could have been scary because it could have dealt with their grief. You know, Babadook dealt with grief and trauma, and that was scary. Mm-hmm. And they could have... scarier than Mungo.
Well, yeah, that's tough.
Let's be real. But they could have dealt with grief and how it affects people in a scary way, and they just forget that plot point.
Forget that plot point. A lot of the stuff that we'd heard from friends and from other places is that the whole scene with her, future self coming, that was scary. It wasn't.
It wasn't gory. It wasn't creepy. It wasn't frightening. It was not nightmare-inducing. Mm-hmm. And everyone across the internet said it was so terrifying to see that bloated dead figure on crappy flip phone cameras.
Well, that's what you brought up earlier. It's one thing to see it. It's another thing to see it in, and I get it. It's like, hey, the footage isn't supposed to be perfect because it was found underneath sand, but it was too degraded, too terrible, too awful.
It was so terrible you don't even realize it's her.
Yeah, you almost don't even realize it. And people showing up in photos, ghosts, whatever it is. I'm not going to say that that's been done to death, but it's been done, and it's also not frightening. And people are telling me, oh, you need to go back and watch it again because they're constantly showing up. I'm like, this isn't Where's Waldo, okay? It's supposed to be a frightening movie and did not have any of the frightening elements.
And again, crazy high rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
So, what does that tell us? That tells us that yet again, we have missed something.
Please, solve this mystery for us.
Yeah, so, as always, with these monstrous miscalculations, we invite you to let us know in the comment section any and all information that could help us better appreciate this. We really do. Again, it's not a bad movie. We're not saying that these are horrible films. They're just things that we need to get some clarification and understanding for to better appreciate them on the whole. All I got to say is that if my future self ever starts walking towards me and I find out he's bloated, I'm taking that guy to the gym. I'm putting him on a diet. There is no way my future self is going to be bloated.
Yeah.
No way.
Anyway, don't forget to subscribe to our channel right over there so we can keep bringing you this series as much as we can.
Yes.
And also, don't forget to follow us on all of our social media because I know if I get that future picture of Dante, it's going on Instagram.
But I am not going to be bloated.